o'clock. Thank you. Thank you for all who have joined. We appreciate it. My name is Stephanie Showish. I am president of Seaholm's PTA, and we have an agenda here today that we would like to share with you. This will also be on YouTube, and we'll post the link on our Facebook page for Seaholm. So please make sure, one, that you're part of that group, and two, check it out if you miss any of this meeting. Let's call the meeting to order at 7 p.m. tonight, April 11th. And the only officers that we have on the call right now are myself, Elena, and Kyle. Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure who. Okay. And then let's get started with our secretary filling in, but really secretary hopefully for next year, Miss Elena.
Yep, we just need to approve the minutes from the March meeting. So I move to approve those minutes, and I need a second.
Second.
All in favor? Just
aye.
Okay. All right.
The ayes have it.
Yeah. Since our last meeting, we did 2 motions and voting over email. One was to increase the funding for Teacher and Staff Appreciation Week by $1,500 to a total of $3,500. And then the other was a motion to approve $1,000 to support our robotics team that will be heading to the World Championship.
Woo! That is impressive. That's awesome.
Yeah. Very excited.
There's a lot of horns and beeps going on right now. You just don't hear it. I'm just kidding. That's impressive. That's amazing. Cal, have they ever gone that far before?
Yes, they have,
Oh,
they didn't last year. So this is they're very excited. Yeah.
Amazing. Very good. And moving forward, we don't have any updates with the budget. The budget is always posted, though. We don't have our treasurer on today, Leslie, or our backup treasurer, which is Shannon, which will be treasurer hopefully for next year. So my apologies, but we do post the budget. We are still under budget, just to let you guys know. We're scrambling right now to make sure that we have everything that everyone needs. So we're putting out some more emails and stuff, make sure that our teachers don't need anything last minute or this summer. So more at the May meeting will entail on the budget, but the budget will be posted on the PTA website as always, current budget from last month. So check it out, see where we're at to date. And we'll move on from there. Mrs. Hall, why don't we go into Kyle's Corner? KK.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody, and welcome. And we have some of our team here. Delois is here today, and Mike will be joining us once he's put the kids down to bed. They generally go right around now. There's Delois. And I see Katie Getz, one of our new faculty members over there, but a former Seaholm grad, a former student of mine. And so she's over there, and she's going to talk to us about some exciting things that we have going on here this spring with Charity Week, but also what we're going to be doing next year, some wonderful things that we have scheduling coming up next year. So so we're pretty excited. So she's going to talk a little bit about that. I just want to, I don't know if there's any parent in here. We have a bunch of activities going on, of course, right from now to the end of the year. It just gets a little crazy. We are in the midst of spring sports, so all sorts of things are happening on the athletic fields. But we also have, especially for our seniors, whose last day is May 25th, if they don't have to take their finals. And so remember, we have a policy that students who have a B or better in their class and no more than 8 excused absences, no unexcused absences, can skip their final exams. It's great incentive here at the end of the school year. If you have any questions about that, just let us know. This information is also on our website. But our last day with seniors is May 25th. That's a Thursday, May 25th. Our clap out is that day, and we invite all parents to come to that, all senior parents. We've had wonderful luck with that. If the weather is good, we have the band lead the students and the administrative team lead the students around the perimeter of the building. And we empty out onto Maple Field in that area. We have a picnic for the seniors, grab a hot dog. Parents are welcome to stay, take pictures, enjoy mingling on the field. It's just a wonderful experience. If you've not had a chance to do that, we invite all of our senior parents to, it's worth the time if you can make it off of work just to take pictures. It starts around 10 o'clock and we end up, like I said, they have their lunches or they have their picnic and then they can leave for the day. We also have that week, we have a couple other things planned for the kids. We'll be letting you know what those are, try to do some transition activities. We have early on in Friday, May 12th, our prom is starting, the junior senior prom. And so we'll be looking forward to that. So we've got that going. Awards night, senior awards night is June 1st. And that is in the evening by invitation only. And that basically focuses on students who are receiving different departmental awards and different awards that have come from the community and alumni and that kind of thing. It's very exciting as well. And of course, graduation is June 11th down at the Aretha Franklin in Detroit. We are having it and it's at 3 o'clock. It came out incorrectly, I guess, from the BPS e-news, and we've sent a note to them to make that correction. But our Seaholm is at 3 o'clock, Groves is at 11 o'clock. And so we asked Delois, what time do we want our seniors down there?
We will probably want them down there around 1:30. I think we asked around 1:30, 1:45 to get down there so we can get them lined up and ready to go. So we can start walking at 2:59.
Right. We have, just for, paying extra because we're trying to put some distance between Groves and Seaholm, not metaphorically speaking. Okay. But we want to make sure that there's enough. We had last year some parking issues between the two because Groves was still kind of finishing up, taking pictures. And so their cars were in the parking lot and we were trying to get in. And so it was a little difficult. So we've tried to put a little bit more of a buffer in that. Delois, can you think of anything else I'm missing with senior activities? I've got the prom, I've got clap out, graduation, awards night.
The only thing I can think of is you mentioned that week, that's the last week, there will be the senior breakfast and they will take their class picture at senior breakfast.
Right. And we will send out details on these details can be found on our website, but we will be communicating them periodically as we move forward. And just an update this week is standardized testing. In fact, tomorrow our juniors will take the SAT, a very, very important exam for them. I know some of our students will take it multiple times, but this in-school one is very important because it reflects on us as a district and our school, Seaholm in particular. And so we really are looking forward to our students coming in rested and ready to take that wonderful exam. And so we have them taking the exam in the gym. We have our 9th graders taking their PSAT in the cafeteria. And there are several rooms of accommodated students around the building as well. The 10th and the 12th grade students do not need to come to school at all. Okay, so that's something that's been a little different this year, but the 10th graders and the 12th graders will not be coming to school tomorrow. And then on Thursday, the 10th graders will be taking their PSAT 10 and the 11th graders will be continuing with their exam. I think that what exam is that on Thursday for them? Is that
On Thursday, it is
the PSAT 910, right?
no, for the 11th graders, it's the ACT work keys.
Yeah. So they'll have that on Thursday, and then we have a delayed start. Okay, and school starts at what time does school start? 12
noon.
12 noon. So we expect all the students to come then. The other students will have time for lunch that are there, and so we'll have plenty of time for that. And so that's Thursday. And then the following week on Tuesday, the juniors will finish their testing, and there are all rounds of testing. Junior year, we all know, is that difficult year where they're testing so much. And so they'll finish up their testing on that day. We also have, I just wanted to give an update on the semester. The school board will be voting on the semester, the transition to semesters in not next year, but the following year, 24-25. And they're voting on that on Tuesday, next Tuesday, a week from today. And so that will happen at the board meeting. And so we can all be hopeful. We've spent a lot of time having forums discussing this transition into the trimester or into the semester. We think it's a very good idea for our students in terms of their academics and their success and achievement on into post-high school plans. And then finally, we have also an update on the interview process for the principal. Okay, as you all know, I am retiring. And so we have a process that's being put forward, and we are seeking some parents for the committee. And so we are looking for 4 parents, 2 parents for April 19th and 2 parents for April 27th. And so if you are interested in serving on the committee to find the new principal for Seaholm High School, please reach out to me, and I will forward your names on to Dean Neforos in our HR department. And he's looking forward to talking to you. I told him we had this meeting tonight, and so you are the first to know. So I'm hoping we can get 4 people who are willing, 4 parents who are willing to be on that committee, an important committee who is going to lead Seaholm into the future. And finally, for my report, I wanted to comment a little bit or have a little bit of a talk about our student travel that we just had over spring break. Unfortunately, Karen Marks, who took the students to France, is unable to attend, but we have our own Michael Wicker, who attended Spain, the trip to Spain with Kathy Maleka and her students. And so I asked him just to say a little bit about the trip to Spain, because this is a wonderful opportunity. And I hope our parents encourage their students to get out and join one of these wonderful trips. It's a wonderful opportunity to get outside Birmingham and Michigan and our country and see the wonderful, wonderful places that are around the world. So Mike, would you please just give us a couple highlights of your trip to Spain?
Sure. Is there any way I could share my screen? I have some photos.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay. It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oops, sorry.
People are going to want to see this. So yeah.
Go to settings. I think Jenny has that set in settings.
Found it.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so we had a 10-day trip to Spain. We took 32 BPS students, Kathy and I and a couple other adults, 31 from Seaholm and 1 from Groves.
Nice.
So we started in Madrid. We saw the Prado Museum. We took a cooking class where the kids learned how to make 4 uniquely Spanish dishes. We made gazpacho. We made the tortilla de patata. I'm not a Spanish person. It's the Spanish omelet. We made paella, and then we made cake, and it was wonderful. I've taken a lot of student trips, but that cooking class was great. And then we had churros and hot chocolate one night. Next, we went to Segovia, which was a medieval fortress town that also had a ancient Roman aqueduct, which you can see. That aqueduct was built in about the year 100 AD. So it's a little over 2,000 years old. It was fascinating. Then we went to, here's a picture from our cooking class. Then we went to Toledo or Toledo, where it came from. And we went and we saw how they inlaid gold and silver onto steel, and they're ancient. And then there was a sword. A couple boys bought a sword, and people bought things for their friends and family. What I thought about this was a fascinating room with these young men where they're standing. The last Moorish king used to keep court in that courtyard behind them. And so the sun was right behind the light was behind him, so you couldn't. He was always like a silhouette, made him very powerful. And then after they expelled the Moorish kings, in this room is where Ferdinand and Isabella had their final meeting with Columbus before he left for the West Indies, which we now know, of course, is the New World. After Toledo, we went to Granada, and we saw a fascinating, the Alhambra, which is actually this picture right here, which is one of the last Moorish strongholds in the country of Spain. Then we went to Seville, where this picture right here is at the flamenco dinner. We learned to do a little flamenco dancing, and we had a flamenco show that night.
Fun.
Then we went to Cordoba, which we visited. We visited an ancient mosque. Let's see if I have a picture of that. I think it's towards the end. So this mosque in Cordoba, which was later turned into a cathedral, it's a fascinating place. And then finally, we ended up in Barcelona, where we went to a bullfighting ranch. So that's where they raised the bulls, and they made the kids wear these hats. And we had a lunch with this singer. We went to the museum for Dali. It was just, this is another place where Gaudi designed this little community that we came visited. These two girls, both sophomore girls, were picked by our flamenco teacher, and they're both dancers to do the flamenco dance that she taught all of us, and they did a great job. Here was us at the bullfighting farm, where we learned a little bit about how the bullfighting culture of Spain worked. This was one of the residences that Gaudi designed in downtown Spain. There is the clock tower of the Alhambra. There's one of our bulls that, they sell for over 5,000 euros just for one bullfight. Here's them learning how to flamenco dance. Another picture from the Alhambra, and then there's the whole group together. And then there is a picture from Toledo. So it was a great opportunity for the kids. We had kids as new as Spanish 2 all the way through AP Spanish 5 for the kids to practice their Spanish and really put into practice the culture and the language that they were learning, and to see some fascinating places. So it was a really great trip. I had a great time. Kathy Maleka, the Spanish teacher, and I have taken kids all over the world. So it was nice to get back. And I had one of the junior boys, he told me, like, Mr. Wicker, I always was scared of you when I saw you walking by in the hallway, but now you're just like a regular dude. And I said, yes, I'm a person, and I have feelings and likes and dislikes, and I'm just like everybody else. So it's always nice for me to get those opportunities like the diversity retreat or things like this, where I can still interact with the students and have them realize that I am indeed a person who is just like them.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you, Mike. I mean, they are great trips. Karen's trip was wonderful as well. So hopefully maybe next meeting she can come in, talk a little bit about that. We have taken our students to so many places, and it's wonderful post-COVID, because I know we missed a couple of trips, and that was very disappointing for many of the students. And it's nice to see us all getting a chance to get back and have those wonderful trips. And then finally, I think, Stephanie, is it okay if I introduce Katie now? I wasn't sure.
Please, yes, we're good with time, so keep it going.
Okay, so this is Katie Getz, and Katie, if you want to, I'm not sure how you want to do this, if you want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we're planning this year with Charity Week, or and then a little bit about what we're planning on doing or talking about doing for next year for Leadership and Student Congress. Okay, Katie, we can't hear you.
Hold on, Katie, you're on mute. There she goes. Nope.
There we go. Whew. I was like, I couldn't figure it out. So this year I am working with Kelly Botts and Sam McKenzie to help kind of put Charity Week together. This year we have a jam-packed week of events during the school day and after school. So I'm hoping by the end of this week, we'll have an email sent out to all you parents. So you'll know what those events are. But we are doing the, I believe it's Power Buff, which is the volleyball, the juniors versus the seniors. And we're going to run that on the Saturday evening before Charity Week starts on May 15th. So I think that's May 13th. With the gyms and the fields being completely booked, there's just no other time for us to do it. During the week, we are, after schools, we're trying to have a talent show. We are trying to have a hypnotist come out. And then we have, we have events going on all day, a belly flop competition. We have a kickball games that are going on Wednesday and Thursday where the teachers are raising money to take their classes out to watch. We have an ice cream social. We have t-shirt designs. So the one thing this year that the kids came up with is they wanted to offer a pass for $40 where you could go to all of these events plus get a t-shirt. It's about a $65 value for $40. So we're hoping that we're able to sell some of those packets so it makes things a little bit cheaper. But all that money this year is going towards a mental health awareness. And so I'm not 100% sure on what the money is going towards, but I believe we're using it in our school towards the mental health. And then we're going to end our week with our assembly on Friday. And then Saturday will be our powder puff football game. Again, we'll have that in the evening. So we have a lot of stuff planned, a lot of activities. Our clubs have stepped up and they're running all these different events and smoothie sales and lemonade sales. And our counseling department's having a cornhole tournament for the freshmen and sophomores during lunches all week. So we have a lot of stuff that's planned and keeping the kids busy. So whatever questions you have, you can always either ask me here now, or you can email me or Kelly Botts or Sam McKenzie, or even Mrs. Hall, Ms. Spryzak or Mr. Wicker, and they can get the answer for you too. So what are there any questions that you guys have for us about what's going on during Charity Week?
I
Katie,
have one. Oh,
This is
that's
Jim.
okay.
Quick
ahead.
question. If we want to donate in support of
Mhm.
our children or the Charity Week in general, do we make donations through our students, or do we make them directly to your program? How would it be easiest for us to support?
I would send like during the day we have like one event is called Pay to Pause, where students can pause their teachers from teaching. So that's always a good way you can give money to your children and they can come in and pause their teachers. We also have a teacher taboo that the kids are going to be counting. They have a list of words the teachers can't say. So my suggestion would be to send in money with your child if you're interested in doing that. Other than that, if there's additional donations that are wanted, I would drop it off at the main office, cash or check to Seaholm High School.
Right.
Okay,
That would be
thank
great.
you so much.
Yeah, just say that on behalf of your family, and we'll be sure that we give, we want to make sure we thank all of our families for the generosity.
Yes.
It's just always so wonderful. And we'll have more details about, we are using the money this year in Charity Week to support mental health. And there are several organizations that do that. And we'll make sure we get that information out to you as well.
Kyle, maybe in an email that you're going to list everything. So there's more information, more detailed, right? For all the parents, it would be nice if that was included in there too, for parents to actually donate to this as a family. And then we can maybe recognize the family on our websites and stuff. And in an email blast too would probably be pretty cool.
That would be great. That'd be great. All right. Yeah, I will work with Katie and Sam and
Okay.
make sure we have all of those details for the families.
Thank you.
And then, so the other thing that's happening and we're very excited about is we are looking at our leadership class and our student council group. And we're going to kind of try and merge those two groups to make it one large group where all students can be participating. This year this next year, we're going to be offering a class where Shannon Feliciano and myself will be co-teaching, based on our schedules and what's going on in there, but we're going to offer the class. We have several changes that we're looking to make. One, the reason we're trying to do this and bring this class together is we're trying to have all those skills that were taught in leadership class, and then finally being able to apply them to different events to help build a positive culture and climate at Seaholm High School. We already have that there, but we thought by bringing that, it's allowing more students to become involved in that planning and participation of different events. We're also looking to make sure that, you know, these activities are student led. We want the students to take ownership and initiative in planning these events that they want at their school. So some of the dances, you know, we're going to look at, they want to start offering more talent shows and just getting more kids involved in different groups and different areas around, you know, just different groups around the school. So they just want to try and be as inclusive as possible. So we're going to look at merging those two classes. So we'll have a curriculum that we follow. There's a national curriculum that is out there that we will follow that do teach soft skills for leadership. They talk about different leadership styles. We give students opportunities to take ownership in providing different leadership events throughout our school. We want to try and have our students go out into the community of Birmingham and be able to use those skills you know, whenever they can. So we've talked about working with the middle school. We've talked about working with the elementary schools. We've talked about, you know, even working with Groves High School next year on some different activities. So we're pretty excited. We're going to pull down all the leadership A, B, and student council students who signed up and see, you know, who wants to continue to be involved and try just to get as many students involved as possible.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, we're pretty excited about these changes. We have, even now, before we had mentioned the changes, we had about 75 students sign up for those between leadership and student Congress. So we are confident we can offer it all 3 trimesters, and we would like to have a combination of Katie and Shannon teaching it, hopefully sometimes together. It might be one trimester where one of them's teaching it. But we're hoping as much as possible to have them combined, because we really believe with these 2 great teachers, we're going to have a lot of interest in creating a program that, as Katie suggested, will really impact positively the climate and culture at Seaholm High School, and will be a place where a lot of students can raise their voice to be heard in multiple ways. So there are students who maybe are interested in helping with things like the dances and activities, and there are others who really want to make sure that they're a part of committees and interactions with administration to make sure that they have a political voice in the building. And we want to make sure that it's a opportunity for all sorts of students to have an impact on Seaholm High School, not just the popular students, not just the students who are often seen as the ones who run things, but also students who may have not had a voice in the past that can sign up for these classes and learn how to do that at all grade levels. And so we're very excited about this opportunity. And we have, I think, 2 teachers who really want to make a difference in the school. And Sam McKenzie has been a fabulous asset to our student Congress, and she's also a flex teacher, and she's new at that, and she's trying to get her make sure she's really well versed in everything that needs to be done, but she will always be an active member, she and Kelly and some of those teachers, Lisa Donnelly, who love this kind of work. And so I know that Katie and Shannon are the kind of inclusive people that we need in this role. Pardon me. And we'll do a great job with that.
Yeah, we accept any and all help.
Are there any
Welcome,
questions?
Katie. No,
Thank
welcome,
you.
Katie. We're really excited for you for next year and the program. I know it started with a lot of Leslie Voice help. Let's give her a little props here, right? So we gotta do that, because she really pushed and worked really hard for this to come to fruition. So welcome. For us graduating senior parents, we wish we had you this year, but that's okay. More to come next, and only better and stronger.
That's right.
Don't mind me interrupting. I have Kelly on the phone about prom for 1 minute. Okay, so
Yeah.
she's got to leave at 7:30. Kyle, do you mind if I just kind of jump in about prom? Okay, Kelly, hi. So
Hi,
far.
can you hear me? Can you
I
all
can.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're
Okay,
on, lady.
I'm in my car, ready for my next meeting that I'm running into. But so prom is coming together great. It's May 12th. We're doing it from 7 to 10. All students have to be there by 7:30 to get in the doors because then they will be shut and locked. And they are staying till 10. So that's a change this year. We kind of talked to some other schools around the district, and a lot of people are doing this now at all their dances, is keeping the kids there till the end. And as a parent of my third now high schooler, I do know they go and they tend to leave after a half hour, and
Mhm.
you buy them all this stuff, and it's all about being at the dance together. And we think that if they're all required to stay, it'll be great. Like they'll have a great time together.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now. It's at St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church, which has a great venue. It's a huge event center. My son, who graduated in 2017, I believe, had his there. And what we learned from last year is it was sold out and everybody couldn't get in. So we don't think that's going to be a problem. We can take up to 500 kids in this venue, and
Oh,
I
good.
think it's going to be great. So and we're not doing a sit down dinner for that reason either, because it takes up so much time. And, we didn't want to, another thing that we heard kind of negative feedback on is kids having to pick their tables, and I remember selling tickets back in the day, and kids would come up and they're like, I don't know who I'm going to sit with. And like they get kind of nervous and upset, and like they don't have friends to sit with. So it's basically there'll be seating for everyone, but they don't have to pick who they're going to sit with before they get there. And it's a buffet style station dinner. So it's not like everyone's going to be sitting at the exact same time eating either. So
Mhm.
it'll be open like an hour and a half, the eating part. So everybody
Good.
will have plenty of time to eat.
Good.
The tickets are going to go on sale. You'll probably start hearing announcements in the next couple days. Next Wednesday, which is the 19th, and we're going to sell them through the 1st. Ticket prices are going to be $75, and they can pay through Venmo, cash, or check. Let's see what else I can tell you. We encouraged all the juniors and seniors to participate in a ticket design. And I don't know if any of you saw that today, but Lisa was going to take that around and get some votes on it. And we didn't have a whole lot, but we had I think we ended up with about 8 different designs from different students. So, and the winning ticket, that person will get 2 tickets to the prom free of charge. Let's see what else. We just did a sign up genius today. Kristen Wise is also working on this with me. And so we have a sign up genius for parent volunteers for both help selling tickets, setting up, taking apart prom, things like that. The nice thing with this venue though, is we don't have to do a whole lot, just kind of gather our items that we take and bring them back to the school. And we were in the basement today at school, and from a decorating standpoint, I don't think we're going to have to spend a penny. There was so much great stuff down there that we could use from,
Awesome.
past proms and everything. So I think that's it. I mean, really encourage all the students to go. I know they'll be making posters and putting them out. We're going to, we're getting gift cards donated and doing some fun things. The DJ's going to do a lot of fun things throughout the night to keep everybody involved and active. So hopefully it goes well.
Great.
Yeah, that
Thank-
sounds absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And, thank you for all your work and that information. It's great.
Sure. All right.
Kelly, awesome job. I know you got to run. Are there any
All right.
questions? If there's any questions for Kelly, we can take them and I'll email them to Kelly and we can address
Yeah.
those and post them for everybody if that's cool, because I want you to run and be on time. So sorry.
no, you're good. No problem. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Sure.
I just wanted to say there was a follow-up to the principal search. If you're interested in that, again, just email me with your name and which day is best for you. It's April 19th and April 27th. And if you would let us know, or somebody was asking about the timing, those meetings generally are the 19th are the screeners, and those are maybe a little bit shorter, and there are more of them. And sometimes they split them up into 2 committees. And so one committee is going through, about a dozen, while the other is going through a dozen. And they generally take all day. So you'll get there in the morning. There's some information shared. We talk about questions that we're going to pose and how and who's going to ask the question and that kind of thing. And you look at the resumes. So that take some time, about an hour or so before the actual interviews begin. And then Dean Neforos, our HR assistant superintendent of HR, will lead that. And there'll be several administrators on the panel. There'll be teachers on the panel. There'll be a couple students on the panel, a couple parents on the panel, central office, middle school, Groves. I mean, we bring a lot of people on. On the 27th, then it's also a lengthy interview, but it's a lengthier interview, but it's fewer people. But again, it's going to last probably most of the day. There'll be some time to, again, sit and review the resumes, look at the questions, talk a little bit about what we're looking for in a candidate, and then often, or lunch will be provided. But I would, I guess, plan on being there for the day. If that's any different, I will let you know, but, or Dean will. But that's the plan. That's generally what you can expect on those days. And then afterwards, after the interviews, there's some time, especially on the last day of interviews, some time talking about the candidates, and so those are all parts of it. So it's a lengthy process, and we appreciate anybody who's willing to spend that time with it, because it is an important part of the process that we have our parents have input on this. So I appreciate it. So just email me and I will send them over to Dean as soon as I get them, and we appreciate your participation.
Awesome. Anything else, Kyle?
Nope, I think that's it.
All right. We also have someone on, Colleen, that is in charge of our seniors all night party, and she just jumped on because she is at her daughter's lacrosse game. So I want to make sure that she gets to go. Colleen?
Hi,
Hi, how are ya?
I'm here. It's not a great game. We're losing
no.
17-3.
Well,
Not the best.
all right.
Okay, yeah, updates for all night party. Really,
Yeah.
nothing new since last meeting, but again, as a reminder, it's on the night of graduation, which is June 11th. That's Sunday night. Goes from 10 p.m. Sorry.
That's okay.
This is by number 5, Chloe Weber.
10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And, we encourage all students to come. Usually we plan on about 80 to 90% of the students attending. Tickets are $80 until May 1st, and then they're going to go up to $100. And that basically includes food and all the activities, lots of prizes. And there's many ways to buy tickets. We're just starting to really flood the advertising. And we have a newsletter put together that has all the information about all night party in one place. So about ways to volunteer, things like that, the fundraisers that support it, like our yard signs, tile sales, sweatshirts, and then other ways, senior wishes. So everything kind of related to the all night party is going to be put on one newsletter, and that's going out, I think today, or I didn't see it come out yet, but we've sent it. Okay. So it's going to be coming by emails, and then through like some of the apps. And then we're also trying to get it to the kids so that they can, be aware of buying their tickets also. We have, all the committees are already like established, and volunteers for the night will be through a Sign Up Genius, and that will come out probably in another 3 or 4 weeks as we get closer. And I think that's it. If anyone has any questions that I didn't address.
Awesome. If anyone has any questions too, it'll be posted on Facebook for 2023 seniors. We're also posting it on Facebook for Seaholm too. So any questions, those are 2 great places to check it out at. And if you have any questions, contact myself or Colleen and we can answer those for you. Now, Colleen, I don't want you to go anywhere because I also have an announcement that we have totaled up the voting tallies for Volunteer of the Year from Seaholm. And Colleen, you yourself have won along with Jenny Beckman. So congratulations. We're very happy.
Thank you.
Volunteering and everything that you do and have done for the past years.
Number 11, Sam Muller.
Yes, I'm finishing out my, I think, 12th straight year at Seaholm, 13.
So we wanted to thank you, and you You've been nominated. You will get something, a Google form to fill out with your background and nomination that will be read on, I think it's May 4th or 5th. I'll get back to you on that. There's a little ceremony
Oh, that's sweet.
that you'll be recognized at. So we'll let you know about that too. And I just wanted to make sure you were on here too. So
Thank
that
you. I didn't even know I was nominated until somebody said something. But
okay, I'm like,
anyways,
don't go anywhere.
completely surprised and humbled, but thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, thank you for all you do. And if you need anything from PTA, you know we're here.
Okay, appreciate the support.
All right, anytime.
Okay, all righty.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Moving on, yard signs. I am going to help out with that update. The last day to order yard signs for your senior will be 4/12, which is tomorrow. Okay, I can't read that part. Okay. They will be able to be picked up from Shauna's house, which she will give out her address and everything at a later time. They will, well, actually, she put it in here. They will be picked up from her house at 947 Puritan Avenue in Birmingham. This will all be published, of course, for everyone, but I just wanted to read it for everybody. Pickup date for the senior signs is about 4/21. It will depend on how many late orders there are after 4/12 deadline. So hopefully we're going to stick with that 4/21, but more to come on that. So you have some signs to recognize your seniors. The college signs that are in order that look amazing, by the way, and I love that they did that this year. They will be later in May, as the order deadline for the college university signs is May 12th. And she'll put an update in the e-news and maybe an email to the senior parents as well for that. So I just wanted to mention that, so that there was an update on that. What else? We announced already that. Oh, April 25th is the deadline for all ads to go into the yearbook. So if you haven't given a little love you kid and embarrassment of maybe a baby picture and a senior picture or anything like that, that you can stick in their yearbook and they can't say no because it's already in there for you, please do. And the deadline again is April 25th. We also have an update from BEF, Birmingham Educational Fund. Kathy wanted me to mention in May, there will be a, how do I describe this? It's where you can nominate you can make a donation to the BEF in the name of a favorite teacher. And that teacher will be recognized with that donation through the BEF. And then on a specific date in May, they're going to drop off flowers, and your child can give flowers to that teacher. That's my brief understanding of it. So I'm going to post the flyers that she gave to me, and I think we'll have her back in and I'll get more specifics, because to me it's not clear if the nominations come from the kids or the parents. So more to come on that, but I just wanted to say it's coming, and then I'll make sure it's a little clearer than what I have given in this meeting. So I'm not going to ask for if there's any questions, because I don't have any answers, just to let you guys know. That's literally all I have. Is there anything else that anyone has questions or concerns on? Wow, 15 minutes early, 17 minutes early. That's a record. Well, I'm going to give you guys back your day if there's no other questions. Please have a great rest of the week. My kid's 18th birthday is tomorrow. Kyle, thank you for the day off for that. Lois, Michael, thank you. You don't have to do that just because I'm PTA president, by the way, but thank you. It is appreciated. Ethan really appreciates it for y'all. Okay, guys, I'll give you the rest of your night. And thank you so much for joining us. Again, this will be recorded and will be posted on Facebook, the link for our YouTube. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Night all. Thank you.